Dear brothers and sisters, this is a homily for 8th Sunday of Ordinary Time, Year C. The message for this Sunday homily is a true heart of a disciple. Indeed, the liturgical readings of this Sunday uses images to describe how one could be a true disciple of Christ today. What is the heart of a disciple according to the Bible interpretation? What are the three basic criteria to determine a true disciple today? Lastly but not least, what and how does the three short parables teach us today? To begin with, the first reading and the Gospel reading uses three images each to describe and clarify how to be true disciple. In a more detailed way, the first reading from Ben Sirach, the wise, singles out three images, namely the sieve, the furnace, and lastly the tree and its fruits. From all this, we find a central message, which is the content of the heart of man that manifests in his behavior. But now one may ask, what is the heart according to the Bible reading today? The heart is the whole person, more particularly the interior where the thoughts, sentiments, and conscience resides. On the other hand, for St. Augustine, the heart represents what is deepest and truest in oneself. It is from the heart that God relates to us. For example, in 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7, "For man sees outward appearance, but the Lord sees the heart." In fact, God wants us to serve and love Him from our hearts, as seen in Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13, which says, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far away." Therefore, when our Christian day-to-day life is sieved by the Word of God and tested by the furnace of sufferings in life, does it give good fruits to our neighbors? Each time we read and meditate on the Word of God, our actions are sieved. Moreover, sieved and passing through the furnace of tribulations in life, do we still speak words that unite, that bring peace and reconciliation in our Christian communities? Turning to the Gospel passage of today from St. Luke chapter 6, verse 39 to 45, which forms the conclusion about the Sermon on the Plains. In this passage, Jesus is addressing his disciples and teaching them using three short parables. The three short parables are: 1. A blind man guiding another. 2, the splinter and the plank. And lastly, the tree with its fruits. However, the main purpose for this passage is to bring out three aspects or criteria for establishing a true heart of a disciple. This means that a true disciple who is able to link what exists in his heart and put it into practice. Anyhow, what are the three criteria for a true disciple? A true disciple, 1, guides, 2, imitates Christ, and lastly, bears good fruit through his behaviors. Let us start with a true disciple who guides. This aspect of leadership is seen in the first parable that Christ uses, which is, can one blind man guide another? Indeed, the verb to guide here means to lead others. Why do I say so? In this passage, Jesus is addressing the community of his disciples, and surely there will be need for a leader to guide or lead. Hence, it is necessary to have a person to lead that is not blinded. Besides that, in one of his daily homilies on 19th May 2017, Pope Francis said that some people use rigidness to cover weaknesses, sins, personality flaws, and they use rigidness to rank themselves above others. Yes, such people are blinded by their own flaws, logs in their eyes, and other weaknesses. Do we lead others from the knowledge point of view? To lead the Christian community, one needs conversion of the heart that accepts Christ's love and grace, which will manifest through good leadership according to the Christ's mind. The second criteria for a true disciple is to imitate Christ. In our world today, we have so many celebrities to imitate, but those are limited and have their own weaknesses. Therefore, Christ is the only perfect model for us Christians. In addition to that, a true disciple learns from the Master, who is Christ. To learn what? Of course, to learn how Christ lived, how he prayed, how he forgave, how he healed the sick, how he loved everyone and accepted suffering on the cross. If there is a great model to imitate, then it is Christ. Are we living like our Master, Christ? The last criteria for a true disciple is to bear good fruits. Images of a tree are used both in the first reading and in the gospel reading. More particularly, the image in the gospel passage shows us the origin of a true disciple's behavior. Just like the fruits originates from a tree, so does the behavior of a disciple originates from Christ acting through the heart of a human person. Does our words flow from a heart filled with grace, faith, love, and hope in God? When our hearts are rooted in Christ, we will bear good fruits. To conclude, on this 8th Sunday of Ordinary Time Year C, a true heart of a disciple accepts Christ's love and grace to be converted so as to imitate, to guide, and to bear good fruits through good behaviors. Amen. Have a blessed Sunday.